How's it going, folks? Welcome back to another Ranger Talk video. Here I'll be chatting with none other than the mighty and incomparable Rexoria. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It's a pleasure having you. And yeah, do you want to go through and introduce yourselves to everyone and let them know what you do in the band?
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction there. My name is Frida, and I'm the singer and co-writer with Jonas with the songs in Rexoria.
Yeah, besides Frida, it's me, Martin. I play the drums and nothing more. That's it.
Jonas.
Yeah, yeah, and me, Jonas, I'm playing guitar and doing songwriting together with Frida, and sometimes Frida and I is adding one keyboard here and there also sometimes. Yeah, and Adam.
Yes, I'm Adam. I play the bass like Martin. I do nothing else. Just play bass.
Perfect.
Well, you don't need to do more than that. I mean, those are important jobs as it is. So yeah, very, very cool. So I guess first of all, y'all have a new album coming out, right? It's called Fallen Kingdom, and it comes out May 8th, right?
Fallen Dimension.
Fallen Dimension. What did I say?
Fallen Kingdom, I think.
Fallen Kingdom. Oh, sorry, got my
Same,
wires
but
crossed there.
different.
No, there, yeah. Fallen
The date was right.
Dimension.
Yes.
Yeah, Fallen Dimension. And May 8th. So super exciting. It's been a couple years since your previous album, Imperial Dawn. Hopefully I said that one right. And
Yeah.
one thing that really, you notice when listening to this new album is that it's a little bit different than like Imperial Dawn and even with the first single, Breaking the Waves, right? The fact that it's not as keyboard driven as folks would have expected. It's much more guitar driven, a lot more guitars taking the front with this album, which I thought was really cool. How did y'all kind of approach that with the new album, kind of relying less on the keyboards and having more of the driven guitar work?
Jonas?
I think when we started with this album, we started to drop the guitars a little bit, so that made the sound heavier. So I think automatically when we were writing the songs, that it automatically came more guitar riffs. So it's more based on that, as you say, and then I think we or the mixer guy was really doing a good job with balancing the guitars and the keyboards. And the keyboards are, as you say, less hearable and so on, more guitars. So I think, yeah, it just came out like that, I think. Or what do you think, Frida, when we wrote the songs?
Yeah, first of all, we wanted to like not do a second too similar album. Wanted to like challenge ourselves and do something else. And since Jonas said before, since we are writing the songs and I am like the singer, he's the guitarist, and we don't really have a true keyboard player, it feels not so good that it should be so much keyboard driven as it maybe was on some of the songs in the Imperial Dawn. So we partly wanted to challenge ourselves and partly wanted to go back and be a bit more heavier and a bit more central around the instruments that we actually have in the band. So that is mostly the parts that they decided to go this way this time.
Cool. And even though that focus is kind of more on the guitars, it still very much has that Rexoria sound. How did you kind of balance that by, hey, we're going to have some heavier guitars and stuff, but it's still going to sound like Rexoria? Did you find difficulty kind of maintaining that balance, or was it again, like how Jonas said, kind of just natural, with the songwriting process?
Yes.
I think it was kind of natural. The mixer guy did a good job here because I think he was balancing the keyboards and maybe even removing some and so on. So he, of course, was putting like his how do you say like the way he is working and so on. He had his identity a little bit, an impact on this one. And we were really satisfied about that and how it turned out to sound. So it was not much talk or so regarding these parts, the keyboards or the guitars, because they just came very naturally from his mix pretty fast, I would say.
Nice. Yeah. And, you know, you guys still have that signature kind of like high energy, you know, driven sound, but it's just more like kind of with guitars. Is that just like how you guys like to play, you know, and is that fun for you guys, you know, for all the instruments, just kind of having that high energy, almost it's still almost like a dance like quality to it, but it's like you're more like dancing with guitars now instead of just like, you know, electronic keyboards going. But how do you guys just maintain that energy?
I think when for me, when we are writing songs, I'm almost writing the same in the same way, but now it became more attention to the guitars and like having that a little bit in mind because when we are like starting a song from scratch, we don't have any keyboards and so on. So then it's easily happened that it's a lot of guitars when you are here in your own home studio and doing and adding guitar after guitar and so on. And sometimes, I mean, in the beginning of a song, it feels like it's gonna be too boring if I don't do any kind of guitar riff here and there and so on. So then already in the start, I add a lot of things, and I think on Imperial Dawn, some of those guitars was deleted or taken away, but this time they were there instead and taken away some keyboards instead.
And Adam, how do you feel about joining with the bass? You have a bass player for the first time.
Yeah, like it's been really fun. And speaking about the dancey vibe kind of thing that you asked, it's really nice to have that like solid beat, something that like pushes the songs and keeps you moving. You don't want it to be boring for the audience, and it's much more fun to play if you have that energy. So yeah, it's been really cool joining this band and playing with them for these 2 years now. It's been really cool. So yeah.
So this is
Love the
your
vibes.
first album with the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you end up kind of joining?
Well, we've been me and Frida and Martin. We actually lived in the same town, so we have like bumped into each other from time to time, and then
The local bar.
the local bar.
Always.
That was when it really happened.
Yeah. I mean that's where all the great musicians meet, right? You know,
Yeah.
at the local bar. Nice. Cool. Well, yeah, that's awesome. And Martin, like for the drums, you know, with that energy and that kind of dance-like quality, you know, it's like you got that kick like really hitting. You know, how do you approach kind of the songs and providing that sort of rhythm to it?
Yeah, I agree on that because I just play what I think fits to the song. I don't try to copy anything at all. Just go with it. And yeah, the production Jonas Kjellgren, the producer. It has a lot of impact on the drums. Yeah, I think it came out very well actually.
Yeah, that's just a really polished sound all around. You know, the mix is good. You can definitely hear all the individual instruments but they all are also kind of together, cohesive. So it really lends itself well to that kind of impact and that high energy. And I know we've been talking a lot about the guitars and stuff, but there are still some keyboards in it, adding nice flavor and stuff like that. So who kind of did the keyboards and that kind of stuff?
Still, Edvin Bremberg from Metalite has helped us
Oh,
out
okay.
a lot. But also, like Jonas said, me and Jonas have been working a bit with them as well this time to incorporate some parts that we thought would be good, and yeah, working in another way, and maybe having more dynamic in the beginning on what part should be more electronic, what part should be more guitar driven, and so on. So yeah, Edwin did a really good job again, and we had really fun working with him. He's always really, really easy to work with. So great to have him on board. But also, I'm happy that we're taking a new step in the Rexoria direction now, because I think this is more what we are aiming for as a band for the future as well.
Oh, okay, cool. So you would kind of consider this like being the sound that y'all have been searching for, like the true identity of Rexoria is more like what's here on Fallen Dimension.
Yeah, and I was kind of worried in the beginning, since it is a bit of a step from the previous album, and we have some like unexpected songs and everything on it. So it was like, how is people gonna what are they gonna think about this? But we have had like insanely many interviews this
Oh,
time with a lot of
wow.
people, and it have been crazy good like feedback on it. So I think it was a good unexpected surprise for most of them. So now I'm feeling like, okay, this is maybe where we found like what we really are aiming for.
Wonderful. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Yeah, I was a little bit taken aback with Break the Waves, but it still just sounds like Rexoria, but just with like an edge kind of. And no, I mean, it really sounds great. And it's funny because on the album, y'all right out of the gate kind of let people know that hey, this packs a punch, this album, because the song is called, I think, Metallic Rain, right? And
Yep.
it kind of starts out with some neat things that are done there. And but Frida, right when you start with your vocal, I mean, you just like come in like with almost like a grit, in your voice, and it's just like, oh man, wow.
Yeah.
Just
And do
right
you know
at the gate.
why?
Why?
Because it's quite a story about that. me, me and
Oh,
Jonas have been like closed up in his studio for like what it felt like was 10 years. And we were like, oh my God, we're finally finished. We're finished with this album. Now we're gonna just go and celebrate and everything.
yeah.
Jonas was just grabbing his beer. I was grabbing my glass. And then Jonas was like, oh shit. I was like, what? We only have 10 songs. We missed.
Oh,
So we had decided on 11th and we forgot one of them. So we were so frustrated and
oh,
angry.
wow.
So I was like, Jonas, just write this irritated, angry riff now so I can just scream out my frustration.
Wow. Well, well, I
Yeah,
mean, you can hear it. Yeah. That's funny you decided to make that the first song too, if that was like the
Yeah.
last one, but you did it
yeah,
first.
And the
yeah,
second
exactly.
last song was the first one we made. So we just flipped it around.
Wow. That's funny how that works. Yeah, but no, I mean it's a great starting track, and yeah, I mean your voice, you can hear it's like that anger is like whoa, wow, and yeah, just real punchy vocals. And once again, on this album, your voice, like you have such a great range. Like you can be like angry, but then you can also be soaring and do quick stuff. And like, how do you kind of approach the different songs with like your voice? How do you determine like how you're going to kind of deliver for the different songs and the different moments and things like that?
It's like in it's it's been decided depending on the song and how far we or going into the song, and also how the lyrics is becoming in the end. The terms like, is this gonna be really emotional here, or is it gonna just be powerful here? And it took a while to really figure out exactly how I was supposed to match my vocals this time around, since it is a bit heavier, it is more guitars. I have felt that I needed more grit or distortion in some parts than before. So Jonas was really happy with me when we had recorded like 3 songs with the vocals, and I was like, no, I'm gonna have to do them all over again, each part, every part of it, because I want more grit and I want more power. Jonas was like, yeah, okay.
It's like, fine, yeah.
So it takes like some time to like listen again and like feel like, oh no, this is something missing here, or we should change that and everything. So it is a process, but I think it turned out good in the end.
Yeah, it certainly does. And there's also well, there's a couple guests that were featured on this album. One is already known because it was the second single, I believe, right? But then as I was listening through the album, I think it was track 6, Dominion, that has another very special guest. And I don't know if it's like a secret, because I didn't know. But the song started
It's
up.
not so secret, so you can say.
Oh, okay. Well, the magnificent Michael Anderson of Tungsten, and yeah, the song started up, and I heard his voice. I was like, "What?" I was like, "That's Michael Anderson. That's awesome." So that was like a really cool surprise. But then also, the synergy between both of your voices just sounds really great. Sometimes when you hear like a guest vocalist or join in, the voices don't quite mix well, even though they're both great vocalists. But here, no, I mean, it just sounded phenomenal together.
Thank you.
What was that like? Getting the 2 guest vocalists, how did you decide on who to get, and how did that all work out, reaching out to them and stuff?
I was like, I got a melody in my head when I was home, and I sang it and sent it over to Jonas, and he was starting to do like a really heavy riff, and it came together quite fast, but it came together in a way that we felt like more of a Sabaton heavy power sound, and we really wanted like the big male backing vocals and everything. And then when I was like, I don't know if my voice is gonna carry this song in with only me this time. So it would be really cool to also have this one as a duet. And I don't know actually how we got to talk with Mike. I know that we've been friends, but I don't know why we just wrote to him.
No, I don't.
I don't remember a long time ago.
I think you were just like listening around a little bit. And Tungsten, they were like coming up with some stuff or whatever, and then we were listening. I knew them before, of course, and like really analyzing his voice and realizing like maybe this would work. I mean, it sounds like it could work really good together with him. And then I think you just wrote him, and then a week later the song was done for him.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
They had like
Something
they
like
had
that.
like they had released like some new single or something, and we sat in the studio and listening. It was like, this is maybe gonna match and be really good. And he has like this cool. Tungsten always have like this cool groove and the backing vocals and everything. And he was phenomenal when we just sent over. It took like a couple of days, and he had sent over both the lead vocals, backing vocals, some harmonies and everything. So it was like, okay, thank you very much. That was, yeah, it even came together really good, and I think it's a cool piece to have in the middle of the album.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a cool surprise. And again, things like that help keep, an album feel fresh. But this one does too. It's like, every song, it stands on its own. It's not like, oh, this song's good, and then the next song's like, or, it all runs together. Like every song is very distinct and has its own power to it, which is really cool. Do each of you kind of have like a favorite song from the new album?
I think it's I think it's a bit mixed. Which one is yours favorite, Martin?
Yeah, it's the one you spoke about first, Metallic Rain. I think
Okay.
it's a very good starting song, first one.
It has a really cool kind of atmosphere too, with like the sound effects and all that,
Yeah,
so
it's
it
a
kind of
special
hooks you
one.
right away. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really powerful live as well. It's gonna be really,
Oh yeah.
really cool song to play live and see how people react. What is yours, Adam? I haven't heard what you.
It's a hard one. Like I have a lot I like, but Awakening is one of my favorites. I really like that intro riff, and the chorus is so cool. But then Malleus, I think, is really cool as well.
That's a wild one. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, mine I think actually is Dancing on the Ruins.
Okay.
I had like I wasn't sure about how that was gonna become, but being the lyric writer behind it and the thought about that song and the kind of comic part of a really dystopic world
Hmm.
makes it feel like really present nowadays, and I really like the groove in that one. So yeah, I think that one is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's a really fun one. And it's funny you mentioned that, because that one, out of all of the songs, that one I was the most curious about, like lyrically, like what that one's kind of about, and how you came up with like the lyrics for that one. Because even like the name of it, Dancing on a Ruin, it's like I picture like Stonehenge or something, and someone just like boogieing like on top of the stones. But
Yeah, but it kind of is like that. It's like has this new world we're living in,
Mhm.
feeling about it like so many people are living in war
Mhm.
countries and having to deal with such hard times, but like trying to live their best lives anyway. Just about this, like we drink our coffee or champagne or whatever, we're gonna live our lives because we're here right now, and we're not gonna let anyone stop us from living our lives. So
Yeah.
that was one of the parts for it, and the group became really really cool with it, and I like that one.
Yeah, no, it's really neat. And it's funny. I guess it just goes to show like my mind. I had a much more like whimsical take, like on just like literal like ruin, like I said, like stuff
Yeah.
like archaeological, thing, as opposed to like rubble, like destroyed civilization.
Mm,
So yeah, it's a bit more intense than I originally thought. So,
yeah. So that, and
but
that's
very
also one
cool.
of the parts I hope that people maybe is gonna enjoy with this album. Like maybe if you listen the first time, you get some
Mhm.
expression, and then you hear some words or something else in it, and you get to think, oh, but is it maybe like this? And yeah, maybe build some thoughts in people.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jonas, do you have a favorite song on the album?
Yeah, I have several, and I realize that they are changing from week to week also. But Heart of Sorrow is one of them, though. But now, like a few days ago, I think I started to appreciate Running with the Stars even more than before. Probably
Mhm.
because I have practiced them now a few days ago on guitar.
You remembered it.
Oh yeah, it's like,
Because
oh
we're gonna have a
yeah, that's a
rehearsal
good.
soon. So maybe because of that, like realizing, oh, did I play this or how did I play it? I mean, it took me over 45 minutes to just realize how did I play the solo. It was the last part. It took me like 30 minutes. I was so frustrated and took pauses and everything. Like what am I doing? Because I'm just playing now by hearing,
Yeah.
and yeah. So I will know. I think I say Running with the Stars and Heart of Sorrow.
Cool. Well, it's so awesome how everyone literally picked different songs, and my personal favorite from listening to the album is actually Himalaya.
Mm.
That one just really stood
Yeah.
out to me. I like that vibe, and it was different, really kind of stood out. But like it's evident based on what everyone said about their favorite song. Like every song kind of stands out for
Mm.
one thing or another, and I think that's just really cool, and shows how varied the album is, while still focused, but varied as well. So that's just really neat. Um, do y'all have like tours planned or anything like that yet for the new album, or anything going on like that?
We have some stuff behind the scenes that's probably gonna like being announced soon here, but we
Nice.
can't really tell about it. But if it comes together, it's a big one. So that would be really cool. But for now, we just have a festival here in Sweden in July in Uppsala called Eden Rock, and probably a couple of closer shows in the towns we're living in here coming up. But hopefully we have a bigger tour in the near future.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that'd be great getting out there and actually playing these songs live, right? You know, it's because it's just different, right? You know, from like recording this stuff for the studio, releasing an album or a song, and people just kind of enjoy it and type their feedback or whatever. But like when you're live, you get that immediate feedback, that physical kind of feedback right there, seeing how everyone behaves.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's also always very interesting because you can have a thought about the song or like having a feeling like we are pretty sure that the audience will react like this for this song, but then it's something completely different. Or some songs is like they are working really good live, which you maybe yourself feeling like, is this why are we thinking wrong? Why do we think that it doesn't work, but it still works and so on? So that's also very interesting
And
to
we're
like
like
see.
every time are we wrong, Jonas? Like we're sitting in the studio, like this one is gonna work. It's so great live, and then now we're gonna have to scratch that. It doesn't work live at all.
Yeah. And I mean, we have a really good example of that. It was from our latest Imperial Dawn album, and it was Rage and Madness. And I remember when I was recording this, and I said, "This is not a live song. I will play the guitars, so I barely can play it live because this song it's just for the album." And then we had once a longer gig. We put this inside, but just for this time.
Mhm.
And then it was like really good reaction from the audience, like it sounded pretty good. Okay, we try it again. And then that one has been like the one I thought this one is just like a song that you fill up the album with, but this one has been a lot in our set list actually live, and surprisingly it has worked really good.
And it's really fun to play, actually. I
Yeah,
like
it's
I like that song.
yeah, it's really fun to play. Super fast.
It is. Yeah, even if it's challenging, it's really fun. It really is.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you wrote it. It sounds like you wrote it to be like a difficult song, but I guess that's just more. What's the word I'm looking for? More. Oh goodness. Just fulfilling, basically. Like when you're playing it live, and it's like, oh yeah, this is cool. And then you pull it off, and it's like, all right, you feel good about yourself,
Yeah.
Nice. I bet the live shows that you guys have, like especially like with the bass and the drums, I bet it's just really hitting hard, getting that nice rhythm, that nice energy, for the songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully.
No,
Hopefully.
not
It feels
hopefully.
good,
The pulse is
at least.
definitely there.
The
Every
pulse,
show.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, definitely there.
Nice. So yeah, I mean the new album is like really on the horizon. May 8th, that's very soon. How excited are you guys? I mean, when did you actually finish the album and then, have to wait until the release? Like, what is that like? Is it just like nerve-wracking or a lot of anticipation?
When did we finish, Jonas? Was it like
I think it was it
Christmas?
in December, mid-December or something like this.
Yeah.
We were
Wow.
finished. So this time it was way shorter from being done until release from last year. Last album was like over. I think it was almost a year.
Wow. That's got to be like torture. Just like it's done and you just want to release it, right? And see what
Yeah.
people think, but you just gotta wait. It's like, no, we gotta wait.
So this is so much more fun to be like single, just out there. So since we have also been working on this for ages, it's so great to like, oh, it's 1 week from now, somewhat, and
Yeah.
to see how everyone is gonna enjoy it and everything. And we have got a lot of pre-orders and all people waiting for the new album and everything. So yeah, it's scary in a way, but also really exciting.
Yeah. What do you want kind of like the takeaway for the listeners to be from Fallen Dimension? Like what most do you want people to get from it?
For me, it's like mostly since I'm working harder with the lyrics this one time. I hopefully, as you said, I hope they take away 11 small stories that makes them maybe think a little bit more about the lyrics and the concept of it all. Because I think that I have written it in that way that every song should be something to think about after it, but also that it's more grooved, it's more heaviness than before, and that they feel joy, hopeful, but also like they want to go to next metal festival and just having the best time. Jonas?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Frida. She has done a really good job with the lyrics, and I think you can hear that and read that on the album. And I also hope that people are thinking like after these 11 songs, feeling like it was a really good experience in every kind of ways. It's a shame it's just 11 songs and not 12. And really hoping to see Rexoria very soon live somewhere, and hoping they are releasing a new album very soon that you really catches the people, I would say.
Yeah, I mean it's 11 songs, but at least people could just start it over again, So it's like almost infinite songs, just keep replay until the next album. I'm just gonna replay.
Yeah,
It's better if it's like that than if they were like Jonas said, they're wishing for 12 songs. If they will be like, well, they could have stayed at the 10 songs when they thought they were done. They could just they could have
Yeah.
kept it. That would be
Yeah.
worse.
Sometimes there's albums like that where it's like I'll be listening and I'll be like, man, this album's so good. But then you get to like track 9 or so, and then there's like maybe 13 or 14 songs, and it all just starts to feel like, okay, they should have ended this album. Like it's starting to just drag on, and it really leaves a negative, even though like over half of the album can be killer, you kind of tend to remember how you feel at the end of it. So if it lets you down at the end, it's kind of like, oh man, that was kind of a bummer of an album. But this one here, I mean, 11 tracks, they're all pretty to the point. Like it's like a jolt of adrenaline all the way through, and it's like, man, I got to start that over again. So never wears out its welcome. So at least to me. So, but I think people will be quite pleased with it for sure.
Thank you so much.
yeah. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Of course. And just kind of a last maybe fun little question, just to help folks get to know y'all maybe a little bit better, is when you aren't making music or playing music or all that good stuff, what do each of you kind of like to do in your free time, if you even have free time? I know sometimes it's like free time. What does that mean? But
Yeah, it's like that for me, maybe. No, but actually, if I have the free time over, I like our animals, our cats. I like to yeah, and I'm
Nice.
working as a volunteer. Do you say that? Volunteer, with the animal rights in Sweden, an organization there. So working a bit about those things and gardening and working with our house. That's what I do.
Nice. How many cats do you have?
2, but I want. But he
10?
says no.
I don't.
We have
I
4, and that's a lot. But we originally got 3. They were all siblings, and then we ended up rescuing a 4th. So we never intended to have a 4th, but it just kind of happened, and we were like, all right, 4, but no more. No more.
This is like you can't get enough. Like you can
Right.
always make room for one more.
True. True.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like no.
Maybe. Well, we bought a house 1 year ago, and
Very nice.
a lot of work. So that's most of the time goes to that right now.
Yeah. Well, that's cool though, having your own house and you know, even though it's work doing stuff, it's like, yeah, but this is like your house, you know, and so it's nice, you know,
Yeah.
fixing
Always something
things
to-
and yeah, fixing it up. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also having a house, but since like almost 10 years now, and it's of course, as Frida and Martin say, it's always nice to work a little bit with it to make it to your own. But besides that, I go to the gym, and I also like ice hockey, watching ice hockey in winter, and I vinyl collector, so I'm like listening and collecting vinyls, and I sometimes also play some video games, and I have a home cinema. So just it's a shame I cannot use much of this, but I have a lot of interest.
Yeah, very cool. Like vinyls, like you collect like new vinyls, or you got kind of collect older vinyls, or both, like
It's
metal
both.
stuff.
Yeah, only metal, hard rock, and so on. And I'm also a huge Iron Maiden collector. So there you
Oh,
can find a lot. Some over 330 vinyl records with just Iron Maiden now. So it's
wow.
all different pressings and everything. So yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
thought it was
Do you leave
only Taylor Swift you were listening to, Jonas. You said?
Taylor Swift? Yeah.
It's just 3 vinyl records to buy there. So.
You don't have like the world's like largest collection of Taylor Swift vinyl records.
That would
Not
be
that
the
I know
biggest
it.
surprise.
That would be a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Well, I usually just hang out with my son, play some video games and stuff like that. Or I love to go to concerts as well. I go
Nice.
to a lot of like local shows or yeah, concerts in general.
Yeah, even like, you know, bands like you don't know, it's just like, oh, there's a show tonight. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
You just like the
Yeah.
atmosphere and all that.
Yeah, and it's always fun to like get new music experiences.
Yeah,
So yeah.
very cool. Yeah,
But
awesome.
he actually lives in a town. We live in
Not a sound.
not a
Village.
Like the country in the village.
On the
In the
country.
middle of the
small,
forest.
small village. So it's not so many concerts here.
Wow. How long does it take you guys to get to like the nearest like town or city from where you are? Like if you were gonna go to a concert, like is it far?
Like 40, 50 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a little while just to get to civilization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Jonas just goes to the local pizzeria and then back.
Yeah,
That's-
that's perfect. And
He's happy with that.
that distance I actually can walk even after the pizzeria.
Nice. Cool. I bet it's peaceful living out kind of, you know, secluded a bit, like in the village as opposed to like in the city.
It really is.
Yeah,
And I
really
enjoy
is,
it.
and really enjoying my backyard, just sitting there, enjoying the sun, and maybe have some music and having like 3 meter high hedge around. So just being alone and just
Yeah.
enjoying. That's
Nice.
You
So
sound
no
like
one
a
can
fun person, Jonas.
don't pick on Jonas like that. He just likes he just likes to
I'm very
chill.
boring.
Yes.
Jonas the Hermit.
The hermit, yeah. That's why you
A
have
little
like the
bit.
entertainment room and stuff, so you don't have to go to the movie theater, nothing. Just watch movies in your house. You just don't have to leave the
Exactly.
house. Yeah,
Yeah,
very nice.
that's my live project. This kind of mansion here.
Like each year, the hedges are going to get higher and higher. Until it's just...
It really does. It really does. It's amazing. I love it.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, yeah, it's so great chatting with y'all. I truly appreciate you taking the time to talk. It really means
Thank
a
you as
lot.
well for having us.
My
Yeah, thank
pleasure.
you.
No, my pleasure, absolutely. And I'm super excited for y'all. Again, Fallen Dimension, not Fallen Kingdom, Fallen Dimension. The new album from Rexoria drops May 8th, very, very soon. So, I mean, get your pre-orders in and all that stuff now because it's about go time. And be sure to check it out, listen to it, give them feedback. In the description below, I'm gonna list have links for everything Rexoria, socials, links to the singles, the music videos, and all that good stuff, and the shops where you can, order your copy of the CD. And and y'all have a vinyl too, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw you
Yeah.
guys posted a video of vinyl. Very nice. So there's a vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Jonas, have you added it to your collection yet?
Not yet. Adam
Not
took
yet.
that copy,
I
so
have.
Oh, he took it.
I wasn't
Oh, he
fast
has
enough.
Adam stole the one.
He stole it.
Yeah, he stole that
Wow.
one, but
I don't know. Well, where's
Looks
the camera?
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Very cool.
Really
And
cool.
And the colors
Yeah.
were like popping more than we really thought it would. So it was really
It's
cool.
vibrant. Yeah, it's vibrant.
really
Yeah,
Very
it's-
nice.
It's a real badass.
Yeah, I love that artwork too. Who did the artwork?
Gilbert Mello.
Robert Mello is a guy we've been working with. I don't know for how many years now, but with maybe all of our artworks mostly. And he's from
Wow.
Brazil, and he's a really cool guy working with I think Private Fear and Sabaton and people like that before.
Wow.
So, and we have really good contact with him. The one that was our big, long time good friends and contacts with Rexoria.
Cool. No, yeah, it's glorious artwork. But yeah. So yeah, be sure, folks, check out the description, all the links to all. Follow Rexoria, keep up to date on all their news and all that good stuff. Show them some support and definitely check out the new album, Fallen Dimension, on May 8th. You certainly won't be disappointed. So yeah, definitely check that out. And one last time, everyone, thank you so very, very much. Really appreciate it. And I wish you all the most success possible with this new album. And I hope you guys get to enjoy the release and everything.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Of course, of course. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And I'll catch you next time. Ranger out.